This coffee is so good. There are people running outside. Crazy that I am actually finally doing this properly. In New Zealand is we don't have things like the TikTok Creator Fund where you get paid for views. We kind of solely, unless you're going into like a proper business and selling a product, have to rely on our brand deals. Social media is my full-time job. I have to rely on brand deals and I don't always want to have to rely on those to gain an income. And I love creating content and sharing my life with you guys. So by doing YouTube, I can do that and hopefully just make a bit of passive income from this as well. Before I get into my video today, I thought I could talk you through a little bit about what to expect from this channel. As much as I would absolutely love to be able to post Japan vlogs for every video, that is just obviously not feasible. I do not live there. I would love if I lived there, but that's just not possible. So I wanted to start off with a video talking about my relationship with fashion, because that's a lot of what my videos will be about. I plan to do stuff like monthly favorites, my current wish list, also just general life. I also plan to do some kind of like OG fashion YouTube videos that I used to watch all the time. Things like a week in my outfits, you know, seasonal lookbooks. I just think that'd be so fun to kind of do something quite full circle of like the fashion videos that I watched before I even started posting on social media. That's kind of a bit about what this channel will be moving forward. I'll be posting a video every Thursday. That's kind of the schedule that I've committed to. Tuesdays are my filming days. I've got 2 days to edit, and then Thursday evenings is when my new video will go live. I think that is a really good balance, especially with my other social media, TikTok and Instagram. I feel like it's a really good balance. And then, yeah, depending on how it goes, maybe I can up it a little bit and do 2 videos a week. But for now, I am just committing to the 1. Today's video is talking about my love-hate relationship with my wardrobe. I both love my wardrobe and absolutely hate it. And a big part of that is because of my ADHD, which I was late diagnosed at the age of 29. And also the fact that I am on social media and I am heavily influenced by the people that I follow. There have been multiple occasions where I've found someone, content creator, who I've absolutely fallen in love with, to the point where I have started buying the exact things they have. And the problem is when these things would turn up, and I would be spending a decent chunk of money on these items, when these things would turn up, they didn't fit me the way they fit that person. They didn't look how they looked on that person. And they also just didn't match the rest of my wardrobe. So my wardrobe has become something that is very chaotic to look at. It's not cohesive. I have boxes of clothes that I am now having to get rid of because I just don't wear them. And so I kind of like thought to myself, like, what can I do to fix this? I've come a long way now where I am no longer kind of buying things that I see on other people. I have a few brands that I absolutely love and I kind of just prioritize adding their pieces to my wardrobe. One of the brands that I have to mention is Art Praise Studio, and I was explaining to my husband Joel that something that I love about Art Praise Studio is that unless you know the brand, you could fill your whole wardrobe with their stuff and not know it's all the same brand, because they do such fun pieces that are slightly different and give a different vibe, but also work together. It's really incredible how they do it. So I feel pretty confident that moving forward, I know what I like, and what I'm adding into my wardrobe is things that I'm choosing rather than seeing it on another creator who 9 times out of 10 has a completely different style to me. We could go down memory lane and I can show you a few different eras of my style that were very clearly inspired by other people, and then I can kind of show you what my style is now and how it really reflects what I like and what I feel represents me. I am going to go onto my Instagram because that is the great thing about being on social media, is that I have documented so much of my life. So I can kind of go back and just find these eras that I'm talking about and tell you exactly who inspired them. An era that like clearly kind of stands out in my mind is when I was very inspired by a Kiwi creator here in New Zealand, Ash Owens. She has a really beautiful earthy tone, very classic, almost gives like French vibes to her style. Very kind of neutral toned clothing. That is like another outfit that I loved. Like it is beautiful. Another person that I was heavily inspired by, there was actually two people at the same time. It was Maxine Wilde from Australia and the Rouge. They both at one point had this like split colored hair. So I did the split colored hair and it was amazing. It was beautiful. Damaged the hell out of my hair. And then Rouge got these beautiful long extensions and I loved them. So I got them, of course. This coat was a purchase that I saw Maxine Wilde buy, so I bought it. This was definitely like my Rouge era that I was, I guess, trying to mimic, I just thought she looked so cool and I wanted to feel that way. This orange jumper is a great example. Rouge had this orange jumper and that orange bag and the hair extensions, and they're all things I no longer wear today. And so, yeah, it's something that I am a little bit embarrassed by, right? That I've spent all this money on clothes that don't truly reflect me and what I want for myself. I mean, everyone wants to feel good and look good and feel beautiful. But do I really feel that way if I'm just copying someone else, you know? And a big part of why I was like that, and I say was because I feel like I'm in a much better place, but why I was like that is because of my ADHD. I needed that kind of stimulation of buying something and feeling like I fit in with what I saw was the cool girls. And so I have accumulated a lot of clothes that are now in boxes. And again, my ADHD, I have inattentive ADHD, so I feel very, very overwhelmed and overstimulated when I'm trying to tackle a big task like selling, I'm not even kidding, 6 boxes of clothes. And so because I truly know what I want my wardrobe to look like, that is the main motivation for me that is actually getting me up and selling my clothes. The way that I've been doing it is listing kind of 6 to 10 items on my Instagram stories every couple of days. I pre-buy postage bags so that I'm taking out, you know, that barrier of like having to take all the items to the post shop, write out the packages there, package them there. And then that money that I have been getting from selling items, I'm kind of setting that aside into a fund for me to be able to buy things off my wish list, which that is another video that I will be doing. I'll be sharing a full wish list, and I think it would be like an ongoing series where I can kind of show you what things I end up buying off the wish list and maybe things that come off and either why I decided to buy them or why I decided to remove it. So that is definitely like an ongoing series I plan to do. But yeah, it has been a really long road to get here. I still feel like I have a lot of work to do on my relationship with impulse buying. Something that I kind of practice in Seoul that worked really well is like I knew I was going to be there for 6 days. So I was like, well, what if I just don't buy anything till the last day? And yeah, I saw multiple things throughout that time that I was like, oh, I really like that. And had I not set that rule, I would have bought it. And I think about those things now, I'm like, I'm kind of glad I didn't. I didn't really need it. It was the impulsiveness of being there in the moment and wanting to be satisfied of having brought something in soul, that now that I'm back, I'm like, cool, I actually didn't need that. And everything that I brought on the last day, I was able to think about, and I'm really happy with the pieces that I brought. But that is something I feel like I will practice with my wish list, right? As like I can share my wish list with you guys, and then depending on like how much of a gap there is between when I next update you, I can kind of see how long I waited before buying something, if something is still on the wish list, if something is removed. This is a really good way for me to practice, to actually kind of have that accountability with you guys and you guys being a part of it. Something I want to touch on, and I briefly touched on this, is like brands that I feel align really well with my style. So the brands that immediately come to mind is Upright Studio. Another brand is also Katarina Lou. There's a couple of other brands that I just can't think of right now. But then there are other brands that I have purchased from, and I look at the clothes now and I'm like, okay, I definitely don't think we're a perfect alignment. There are some things that they have that I'm like, yeah, that's definitely for me. But others, I'm just like, yeah, I think I'm just getting too caught up into them as a brand and the way they style things and the way, and the content creators that they use and the content creators that they don't use, I guess. So for example, Damson Matter, they don't use enough, in my opinion, they don't use enough mid to plus size models and content creators. And it's really hard to kind of see that brand on myself unless I go ahead and buy it myself and share it. Yeah, that's one brand that I could think of that I have purchased quite a few things from, and I'm just like, I just don't think this is for me, and that's totally okay. I do want to show you kind of some recent outfits that I've put together. I feel incredible in them. I feel like myself. Like this one right here, these outfits from my own brain, and they're so cool and I love them so much. And I just, I feel really content that moving forward, I am wearing stuff that is just so me, and I feel really proud of that. But I've got a long way to go. Like I said, I have 6 boxes of clothing that I need to get rid of. I want to, I guess, not start fresh, because I do have some really, really beautiful clothes, but start fresh in the sense of like getting rid of everything that I am not wearing and starting to curate, not a capsule wardrobe. Like, that is not the goal for me. Just create a wardrobe that I'm almost having trouble to decide which item I want to wear, not because I don't know what to wear, but because everything is so fucking cool that I want to wear it all. That is the goal, and that is what I'm trying to achieve. It'll be interesting editing this video because I'm not sure if I've kind of just rambled and it doesn't like all make sense. You know, if there's any questions that you guys have and you want me to touch on something a bit more in depth, I'm so happy to do that. I can even bring you guys on the journey of selling my clothes. Like I said, I will bring you along the journey of my wish list and how that pans out. But as we stand, I have a love-hate relationship with my wardrobe, and I'm trying to change that. To me, this is quite a vulnerable video to make because I assume quite a few of you have probably come from my other social channels, and you guys see what I buy and what I add to my wardrobe. And so I really want to reiterate that I'm expecting that I'm going to make mistakes. I'm not saying that I am going to be perfect. I am going to buy things, and there's a good chance some of them aren't going to work for me and I will end up selling them. But at least I'm trying, right? I'm trying to change my impulsive ways, and yeah, I think that wish list is going to be something that really helps me. I think it's also really important to be open and like willing to share with you guys when I've made a mistake with a purchase, because how else am I going to learn? I think I'm going to end it there, and next week's video is going to be my March favorites, which is so crazy that I'm going to be doing my first monthly favorites on YouTube, because they're a type of video that I have watched for years from YouTubers that I absolutely love. So to be doing my own next week is very exciting and crazy. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any suggestions for videos, or if you would like me to talk about this topic more in more detail, please drop a comment. And if you liked the video, please give it a like and subscribe to see more. Bye.